Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. First of all, thank you, everyone, for the hundreds, really the hundreds of birthday wishes, and really from the heart. And that to me is so very important, that somebody takes the time to actually write something, or even to send a message. I don't know if anybody listened to my lesson, Motzei Shabbos, after this past Shabbos, and I talked about what it actually means to have a birthday and how immensely important a birthday is. So, in my life, it's always been very difficult because it always falls in the 9 days, and or close to the 9 days. Something always comes up. And so never was it really a real party time as I would like, except I think 10 years ago, I invited all of my friends to this wonderful meat restaurant that we have here in Tiberias called El Rancho. And I am a big lover of meat, and they have great meat. But now we're in the 9 days, so that's already not possible. And we're getting closer by the day, obviously, to Tisha B'Av. But a birthday is a birthday. And a birthday is when God decided that the world can't be without your soul. It can't be without your presence in it. That's a big deal. And I think we need to understand that it's not just another day, but it's the day that God decided that you come to this world, that you be in this world, that your soul donates to this world, that you give what basically is your mission in life to this world. It's a big deal. And every single one of us has it. But to decide which way to go with your soul, and to decide which mission, in quotation marks, I couldn't remember the other day, quotation marks, in quotation marks, which way you're going to go, that is your choice. There is a plan for the neshama, for the soul. From the onset, there is a plan. Question is how you choose to do what you need to do. That I would be in Israel this birthday in a million years, I never thought. I had no idea on my last birthday that I would be in Israel this year, and that I would have made the decision to leave Italy and to move back to Tiberias. So movements of your life change things. Happenings of your life change things. Behavior of the people in your life change things. Encounters change things. At the end of the day, it's you who decides. I love Italy. I spent most of my life wanting only to be in Italy and only teaching in Italy and only bringing Bel Canto back to where it belongs. I've had so many experiences in the last 8 years in Italy. I've met so many people. I've cared very deeply about quite a few of them. And I saw and I realized that when push comes to shove, and when you really need to have that closeness next to you, and it's not there, and when you see that everywhere you turn, it's precisely the same expression, and you realize that you can do nothing. It took me 8 years to realize that I can do nothing. I realized that I was not in the right place at the right time, even though for a while it seemed it was. And then came October 7th. And with October 7th, everything changed. I didn't say very much. I didn't express very much during 19 months. But inside of me, I was absolutely devastated of the response to the people that were close to me, that I thought were close to me, people that came to my house, people that came to my parties, that joyously were with me during my successes, who spurred me on to go and to do and to pull out all the stops. And then all of a sudden, everything changed. And I saw an image of something that I didn't understand. Even though, I mean, it's not the first time I lived in Italy. I've already lived in Italy 8.5 years before this. It's almost the same amount of time. But I saw that my community, my own community, for 8 years did completely nothing to support my work in any way, just the opposite. It's not that I could expect anything from anybody. Certainly, I've lived in so many places and know so many people that I know that the expectation is a no-no. Don't expect anything from anybody, because for sure you're going to be disappointed. So if you don't expect anything and something does come, wow, okay. But I never expected that my own community would strike against me in something that was so essentially important as the competition of poetry, the national competition of poetry for the Shoah and peace. Don't want to go into it because it's over and it's done with. And people call me today and they say, Miriam, we have to have this competition. You have to do this competition. Yes, I will do this competition. And I will begin to do this worldwide. But I need some time. I need some time to digest this past year and a half. The pain that was caused me by people that I thought were close to me and to what I represent. I didn't realize that I represented a banner. And then I was told, you don't get invited to the March of the Poets in my own city, Reggio Calabria, because you represent a flag. When I heard you represent a flag, along with all of the other experiences of the past year, taking into consideration everything that has or has not happened in the past 19 months, I realized that there was nowhere for me to go and nothing for me to do except to return to my roots, to return to my essence, to return to what my soul so desperately desires to create in the world. The understanding, the love, the caring, the peace, the process of humanity. I realized that I can do that, obviously, and I've done that for many, many years all over the world. But why am I sitting in a place that has totally annihilated my existence? Last birthday, I was completely alone. Last birthday, there was no party. There was nothing. And I'm not, I'm, I'm not the kind of person that will go out and push myself into various social situations. Not my game, not my thing at all. But I realized that there are things that were so devastating over the last 19 months. And when I saw the whole commotion of lies around me and so much hatred and so much non-verbal but deeply felt negativity toward me because I represent a banner. I understood it. I understood it. I understood it from one comment of one person that I cared for tremendously. I understood it from another person who tore apart something that was so important to me by pulling back from everything and basically just doing the absolute minimum that was necessary. I look at things maybe in a very different way. I look at them in my way, just like everybody looks at their things in their way. But I'm looking at my birthday and I'm looking at the incredible outpouring of caring, because one way or the other, when you send birthday greetings, even if it's 2 words or 3, it means that you care enough about a person to spend that second to push the button. It's fine. It's perfect. It's enough. It's hugely important. To me, friendship, honesty, integrity, respect goes way beyond politics. When you're my friend, that's part of me that I'm giving to you. Don't play games with me. Don't play with my feelings. I don't do well with that. How to say thank you to all of you who listen to my after Shabbos talks. How to say thank you to all of you who write to me, all of you who send likes to me. I'm alone. In my world, there is friendship. In my world, there is camaraderie. In my world, there is a love for every Jew, like the Rebbe taught us, and was an example of. And in my life, there is caring and love for all of humanity. But there is also something that says no. When I cannot go beyond what my own sensibilities desire from me, take from me, want from me, give to me, whatever, there comes a point of no return for me. And at that point, I close the door. When I close the door is closed. If today on my birthday you offered me any amount, I wouldn't return. Because that part of my life finished today. That part of my life closed off today. The year is finished. The new year of my life begins. The 9 days before Tisha B'Av, before the 9th of Av, are a time of mourning, a time when we, the Jewish people, take stock of 3,000 years of history. When we, the Jewish people, realize that today we are in exactly the same situation as we were thousands of years ago, that the hatred for us and the injustice for us and the lies about us are not even logical, because things are not logical. If you look at the real facts and you go beyond what you're being told to think and to believe, it's illogical. And being here and seeing with my own eyes and living here and talking to people, you're talking about worlds apart of what there is being sold to you and you don't have a clue. But you hate and you judge. And from being my guest in my house and celebrating my birthday and celebrating my holidays and learning at my table, you became an enemy. And what did I do to you? Nothing. But you know me, and I'm still your enemy. Why? Because somebody says so. And somebody sells you that bill of goods. You know, I think about these things all the time, and I as an ambassador of peace, obviously my mindset is in a certain place. But mindset is one thing and living is another. No, it's not. You can't teach one thing and live something else, because then you're a hypocrite. And hypocrisy is what we live today. Something that I don't accept today as I didn't accept years ago and will never accept under any circumstances. People call me and I talk to them. And I realize that there are some people who feel bad that I'm not there and that I'm not coming back. Obviously, I have to come back for my things. I have to come back for my container, but that's not coming back. And I know that there is feeling. I know that there is feeling. But I also know that there are people who are terrified to even show those feelings to me because of their social positions. And that means that if they show their feelings to me, in reality, they can't, because they'll be judged by their peers. And here lies the great problem. When you can't take the responsibility for your own opinions, for your own thoughts, for your own feelings, for your own essence, then you are enormously vulnerable to lose it. And this is the unfortunate thing in the world, that we're not connected to our essence, and we're not connected to God, and we're not connected, really not connected to the truth of who we are. Truth of who we are, that's the essence. When I get a birthday wish from somebody who did very bad things to me, who seriously cost me a lot of money, but rethought it in thinking, well, it's her birthday. I was really not. But I'm going to wish her a happy birthday so she'll understand that I'm sorry. I accept. Okay? The idea of forgiveness is a tremendous thing because you can't go to God and ask for forgiveness if you don't forgive your fellow man when he comes to you and he asks forgiveness. There was somebody who asked, and I simply could not see them. And I simply could not talk to them yet. And there are people that I simply cannot talk to yet because I have not digested the pain that all of this has caused me personally. I'll get there. Maybe by next birthday, when all of what's happening now is going to be all settled and my life is settled again with God's help. Alone, I can't do this. I can tell you, I cannot do this alone. And if I didn't have that powerful belief and knowledge that God is going to help me and is going to guide me and is going to miraculously create things that today seem totally impossible, it would be extremely difficult to be happy on this birthday. But I am so happy on this birthday. I am so happy to be here. I'm so happy to have been with my friends for my Hebrew birthday, to be able to sit out in their garden under their beautiful tree and be able to study and be able to put my year past aside. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm putting everything aside and I'm reformulating my new year of life. 5,507. What's that number? That's my birthday. So for this incredible birthday, I send to every corner of the world, to everyone who listens and who cares to join me in this wonderful day of mine. I send you, first of all, gratitude. Thank you. I send you blessings for health, for peace in your life, peace in the world, peace in your families. I send joy and open-heartedness, and I send judgment of good instead of bad. I send logic instead of injustice. I send peace instead of wars. And I pray to God that nature comes back from hurting innocent people. But I also pray that the wicked are taken away from the world, because we don't need them. If you read the Psalms every day, you'll see that all of the blessings are right there. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so, so, so much for all of your gracious and wonderful thoughts that you send my way. I accept all of the goodness that you show me. And in Hebrew we say, Mi shemevarech mizbarech. Those who bless will be blessed. Shalom from the beautiful Tiberias, the Sea of Galilee.